everyone, Jake Nikolopoulos here with episode number 7 of Road to the Universe. So we're back in the gym today, back training hard, back with the intensity, back trying to grow some back and biceps. That had a good ring to it, didn't it? So yeah, you guys are going to see, had a good back and bicep session. Really trying to thicken up my back at the moment and trying to build my biceps up as well. That was the major thing that my coach Neil Hill criticised when he saw me. As soon as I turned around from the back, that was the first thing that jumped out where I was lacking. And obviously, to be a good competitive bodybuilder, they say shows are won from the back. So I'm doing my best, doing all my rack deadlifts, heavy rows, and I'm keeping a diary again. So I've got a diary with all of my lifts in there. Because I do train by myself, I'm finding having this book, that's like my training partner. I'm competing against myself and the numbers that I've got in the book written down. So, and I don't really need much more motivation than that. I've got Arnold. Arnold's there. Arnold's always overlooking the whole gym, overlooking the office, giving me all the right advices, and you can't really go wrong. So I don't know, people, I've said in a video before how I got this picture. This is a what would you call it? It's printed on a canvas. That's the word I'm looking for, canvas. And it was a client, someone who came to do a personal training session with me. I never trained with him before. It's the first time. His name was Justin Robertson. And obviously I went down to let him in when he rang the doorbell. I went down. And he told me that he had something for me. So initially I was a little bit scared because he went to the boot of his car, and people have gone to the boot of their car before and pulled things out that I've had to run from, but he actually pulled out this. And he said that he served in the army and he was overseas, and he'd been following me on my Facebook and Instagram and things, and said that, you know, I helped motivate him in certain ways, and he told me his story and about all the things that he's had to go through, and friends that he's lost that have passed away, or you know, just all of the horrible things that you don't really hear about when people go off to, you know, these war zones overseas in Afghanistan or any of these other countries. You know, it's really quite shocking, especially for people that have, you know, we've never put ourselves in harm's way like that, but these guys volunteer to do it. So Justin is one of those guys, and Justin got this for me. So, and it's got an Arnold quote on it. It says, "Strength does not come from winning, your struggles develop your strength. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength." So that is something that, as small as that, just the gesture and the meaning behind it and coming from Justin, that motivates me a hell of a lot. You know, I was absolutely shocked and surprised that he got me this. So Justin, if you watch this video, thanks again, buddy. It's still hanging on the wall. I didn't just hang it on there for 5 minutes to show you that that I like it. I really like it. It's on the wall in my office. I look at it every day. So thanks, Justin. So what else did I want to talk to you guys about? Oh, I've been doing early AM cardio. I've come down from like 115 kilos to about 109 kilos. So I weigh myself first thing in the morning. I weigh myself as soon as I get out of bed. I go to the toilet, I strip off, and then I weigh myself naked. So that's my actual body weight. If I weigh myself during the day with clothes on after I've eaten a few meals, I'll probably be a good 3 to 4 kilos heavier, and with all the water that I'm drinking as well. So first thing in the morning, at the moment I'm only about 109 kilos, which is pretty light. The weight is falling off really fast. It's more just doing it more for a little bit of a trial run to see how my body reacts to cardio, fasted cardio in the morning. Changed a few things in my diet, pretty much just to see how I look before I start a little bit of a bulking phase again, and then it's going to be contest prep all the way to October. But that's really all that's happening news-wise. And oh, actually, I'm going to be in Adelaide. Massive Joseph's got a booth at the Adelaide Expo, so I'll be there as well. But that's enough shit from me. I'll let you guys see what you came here for, to watch the workout. So I hope you enjoy it.
So here we go with the triple B, big bad back workout. Today, no different from any other back workout. I always start my back movements with a pull down movement. And lately, probably the last 4 weeks, I've changed up how I start it. I'm doing the underhand reverse grip on the lat pull down. So normally, standard thing that everybody does is they go as wide as they can on the lat pull down bar. I usually do that, but I haven't been feeling a hell of a lot in my lats. I feel it a lot in my rear delts, I feel it in my upper back, but as far as my whole back, I don't really get a hell of a lot out of it. So I'm trying to develop my whole back, lower lats as well. So that's why I favoured this movement today. Underhand grip, bringing it down, as far as I can, contracting my whole back. And grabbing it in a close position like that allows you to get a proper stretch on your lats. So all the way from my armpit to my to the bottom of my insertion on the lower lats, I can feel this movement. And that's why I can bring the bar all the way up, stretch, and then pull with my elbows all the way down and squeeze it. So you guys give it a go. Let me know what you think. But for me, I can feel my whole entire back working in this movement. And then maybe I didn't do it this workout, but I think next time after I do this movement, then I'll switch to the traditional wide grip, to the front. Just work a little bit more upper lats, because we can all do with more width. So, and at the moment I'm trying to get as much back training in as I can. I'm working my back. This kind of workout I do probably every 4 or 5 days. I'm trying to get my back workout in twice a week. And then, as usual, I always go into some kind of row, whether it's a T-bar row, dumbbell row, barbell row, or all three of them. Doesn't matter. I just change the order. Today I did a barbell row. Just pretty much, I get myself in that position, and I'd call it almost like a prone row. Like I stay there. Once I'm locked into that position, you can see there, and I just rip it up as hard as I can. This isn't an exercise where you're gonna squeeze it and really contract it. This is more just a power movement. I'm just trying to get the weight up. I'm not really too fussed about getting contraction here. I'm just trying to go as heavy as I can. And you can't really do rest pauses or anything like that when you're going real heavy. That's why you'll see, usually once I get to the end of the set, I can't really rack it and then go for more reps. If I'm going heavy, I find that I just go until failure, and then that's it. If I was doing the higher rep ranges, then yeah, I can sort of rest for a second, catch my breath, and have another go at it. And then I went to another row, one of my favourite rows, just a dumbbell row off the rack. Obviously, body position plays a big part in rows on what part of your back you're trying to work. I'm trying to work a lot more of my lower lats, so that's why I stay up, about 30 to 45 degrees, and I just sort of get that lower lat contraction. If I was trying to work upper back, obviously I would lean over parallel or a little bit up from parallel and get a little bit more rhomboids, rear delts, traps, upper lats, all that sort of stuff. So I normally would do, every exercise I did was about 3 to 4 sets. Usually I can't do any more than 4 sets to get the rep range that I'm going for. Once I can't get between 8 to 12 reps, then I'll just move on to the next exercise. So I normally achieve that within 3 to 4 working sets. Most of the time 4, but 3 sometimes as well. So after I do like a dumbbell row, I went back to another pull down. So this is another one. Close grip, I find just I get a massive stretch and a big contraction on my back. So I don't know, if a lot of people I see, they think the wider that they grab a bar, the bigger their back's going to get. But I read and listened to things that Dorian Yates said about even like your lats, how your lats insert under your armpit. So going really wide, you're not getting a full contraction, a full range out of your lats. So I listen to what he says, and I tried it for myself, and I can definitely feel it. If I pull with my elbows, bring it all the way down, squeeze, it's like a full back workout. So my back was completely pumped after all. That's why you see I couldn't even get any more forced reps there. So, and then the icing on the cake, just to top off the whole back workout, I finished with some rack deadlifts. I like to do these last. I know a lot of people probably do them first because they like to see how much weight they can lift. But the isolation movements for me are more I'm going to get more out of them, so I don't want to use too much of my energy at the start doing deadlifts, and then by the time I get to things where I can get a good stretch and contraction on the muscle, I'm already too fatigued. So that's why I finish on them. About 4 plates there for roughly about 12 reps, and I did, I think, about 3 to 4 sets on that as well. And that was it for back. So usually I pair all my muscle groups, the big muscle groups, with a smaller muscle group. Today I did back and biceps. That does change. Sometimes I do arms by themselves, sometimes I'll do chest and biceps. It really depends on the day. So I started off my bicep workout with these just standard, easy bar bicep curls. So you can see I try to keep my body pretty straight, and I try to really force those reps up. I see a lot of guys, as soon as it starts to get hard, they already start to use a whole lot of body language and they swing the weight up, you know, not really putting a whole great deal of stress on the bicep at all. So that's why I like to do grind out those forced reps and make sure that I can get them from the bottom all the way up. And those last 2-3 reps, it's hard, it's agony, but they're the ones that's doing the most damage. So that's why I don't swing too much. I really want to make sure that my bicep is taking the load and getting those last couple of reps. And then I moved on to another barbell exercise, this time just a straight bar, and did some preacher curls. So nothing special here, same thing, going for as many reps as I can. When it starts to get hard, I just try to grind through those reps as much as I can. And then if I can, I try to do a couple little, half reps, but it didn't work out too well that time. But and then I go, what am I doing now? Doing a one arm across the body hammer curl. So I like to do these across the body. I feel a lot more in my forearms. I'm trying to build up my forearms a little bit. So if I come across the body, I'm getting that lower bicep and I'm getting the forearm. So I think I saw Flex doing this. I used to see Lee doing these. I've seen a few guys with big arms doing them, so I'm just doing them for that reason. And they do feel really good too. But if my arms can look a little bit like Lee's or Flex's, I'd be happy with that as well. So I did probably 3 sets on all of these things. So everything I did today was roughly in an 8 to 12 rep range. About 3 to 4 sets, like I said. And then something that I wouldn't do every single arm workout, I probably only do it every maybe 3rd or 4th, and I've only just started doing it as I'm noticing my forearms are lacking. I'm doing some direct forearm work. So you can see now, just behind, you can do these behind or in front of the body. I usually do them in front. I'm just doing it behind for the camera so you guys can see the whole motion and the whole movement. And it's very simple. I just let the bar go down to my fingertips and I bring it up with my forearms, squeeze, flex it. And I try to keep the rep ranges, pretty low as well. I'm trying to build at the moment. So, and that's the workout.
And that is my back and biceps workout. So I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did. I'm feeling it today. As soon as I got out of bed this morning, I felt the rack deads and the heavy rows. So I took the day off today. Usually I'll take a day off after a big back or leg workout. So today's just off day. Gonna go to my parents' sheet metal factory after this and do some work like a normal person. And then tomorrow do it all again. Train something new. And the next episode I see you guys will be another freedom of speech episode. Hopefully you guys like those videos, coming up with some topics to talk to you guys about. And that's really it. So, you know what you have to do. You have to subscribe. You got to push the button up here somewhere. Push the subscribe button so you can stay up to date and don't miss any of the episodes of Road to the Universe. Plus, all of the other episodes that the guys are doing, Massive Joe's, all of the reviews that they're doing on the BSN products as well, along with all the other products. And get yourself some of the cool winter gear too. See this jumper that I'm wearing? This is embroidered. Massive Joe's have gone all out and they've actually embroidered. It's not just a stick-on or a little ironed-on label. It's fully embroidered. TMJ on the sleeves. TMJ. There's one more, hang on. See that? Yeah. They've gone all out on these winter jumpers. So get yourself one of these jumpers, guys, and look super cool like me and super warm. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Hopefully nice and warm. It's cold outside, so maybe buy 2 of the jumpers. Put 2 on. keep you even warmer, and you're gonna look even bigger as well. See you guys.